Time to hear from another prominent rights holder doing business in the Middle East. Spain's LaLiga set up shop in the region as long ago as 2014, establishing an office in Dubai with a view to attracting new partners and fans from the MENA region.
But what are the practicalities and challenges involved in setting up a regional office, particularly in the MENA region? Time to find out by speaking to LaLiga's MD for the Middle East and North Africa. It's Maite Ventura. Maite, how are you doing?
Good to see you here one more year. How are you?
Yes, welcome back, Maite. You were here, of course, with us this time last year in Abu Dhabi. A bit of an update this time. Maite, hopefully it's an easy one for you to begin with. What would you say are the main achievements for LaLiga in the MENA region to date?
Well, over the past 5 years, we have achieved many different collaborations that just go beyond just football, and that other competitions that haven't done. As an example, we have developed a very interesting project, a socio-educational project on the refugee camp of Satari in Jordan, just as an example. Speaking strictly about football, we have relations and agreements with over 20 different local institutions, speaking about sports councils, local leagues, national federations. We have also seen an increase in the number of young people and kids playing football through our academies. I would say over 5,000 kids have been involved in some way or another in our sports projects throughout the region. And just to mention the last one, which is a very recent one, we have reached the 1 million followers on LaLiga Arab, which is our Twitter account for Arabic language. Mm-hmm. So we feel very proud about the engagement we are having with our fans here in the region.
Mm-hmm. I think, especially over the last year or so, people have really found that it is possible to do business virtually, over technology like this. You just listed some of the successes of LaLiga in the region there. How has physically being based in an office there helped you to deliver those successes?
So I think from our own perspective, I would say there are two main factors that have made it possible to succeed. First of all, it's our global network, which is something absolutely unique in this sports industry. We have 11 international offices and almost 50 delegates in different countries of the world. So they pretty much cover the whole world. And this is something very unique that allows us to understand the local needs of the different fans that we have, and to build for them the relevant activations locally. So this, I would say, is our biggest asset for succeeding. And second, I would say it's the local partnerships. It's absolutely essential to engage with the local football institutions. And as a best practice, as a very good example, I could mention the agreement that we have with the Abu Dhabi Sports Council. I just was listening to Arif. I think this is an absolutely wonderful agreement that we have. It's been possible for us to deliver different workshops with them to the different industry professionals. We have brought for the first time to the Middle East the first edition of La Liga Promises 1 year and a half ago, which is the most popular under 12 tournament. And at the end, what we are doing together with Abu Dhabi Sports Council is about creating a football culture together to support the growth of local leagues, of local institutions. And I think it's very, very fruitful, our agreement with them.
You mentioned the network of LaLiga offices around the world. I think it's fair to say LaLiga somewhere ahead of other top 5 football leagues in terms of planting this network of physical offices around the world. How does the interaction between those local offices and the sort of global headquarters in Spain and the other regional offices work? How much autonomy do you have? How much central control is there?
So basically, there is one single global plan that it's established by our headquarters, by our head office in Madrid, sorry. And then we collaborate to this single global plan from the different offices, and we try to adapt this global plan to the specifics of its territory, in this case, for example, the MENA region. So it's absolutely essential to share all the knowledge that we have, and apart from the knowledge, of course, we share different types of technology, of big data, in order to quickly the fan behaviors in every country. This is absolutely useful for us. Something that we also do is to share our best practice. So it's very probable that if something works very well in Morocco, we can maybe replicate it in, I don't know, Japan, adapting it, of course, to the circumstances of that country. So this is mainly how we work, but we understand that this is about basically engaging to the different type of fans that we have in every country.
Maite, we know that the Middle East, North Africa region is a large one, made up of all sorts of different markets at different stages of maturity in terms of LaLiga interest levels, profile, and opportunity.
Different cultures.
Different cultures. How are you spending your time across the various different markets, and how do you prioritise which markets to spend more time on?
So to be very honest, we keep a pretty even focus. We don't think it's about prioritizing one market over another. It's about creating this football culture across the entire region. So, for example, our regional office is based here in UAE. Our broadcaster for the whole region is based in Qatar. And we have different delegates in Qatar, UAE, Egypt, Morocco, Iran, or Turkey. And at the same time, 2 weeks ago, we have launched 2 different projects in Tunisia or Iraq. So again, it's not about prioritizing one market over another. We want to be wherever our fans are based, and the more countries in which we have presence, the more for us, because the better for us, because it will mean that we are close to our fans.
And we'll come on to talk about measurement more generally in a moment, but do you have measurements and KPIs within each of those markets? So are you looking at what work you're doing in Iraq, for example, and measuring that specifically against objectives?
Yeah, of course. If we just look to the numbers, that of course it's something absolutely important, as you can imagine. We can have a look at for example, the 24 million followers that we have on LaLiga social media that are coming exclusively from MENA, 24 million people. I'm speaking about Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Also, for example, the audience, our broadcasting audience has been growing at a double digit over the last 3 years. Of course, we have many different type of partnerships that have been increasing from year to year as well. And of course, we can, disaggregate these different figures country by country. This is, of course, absolutely important. But also, we measure the success. Of course, again, figures are absolutely important, but we also measure the success when we see the increasing number of young people and kids that are playing, not only in our academies, but in the region, that play the game more and more. I'm saying this a lot, but this is absolutely essential to create this sustainable football culture that is of benefit for LaLiga, 100%. But of course, it's also of benefit for any other league, international or local league that wants to, that is looking to grow in the region, of course.
And just to build on that, how is your work being measured within MENA from LaLiga's central offices in Spain? What are they looking for, and what constitutes success for you in the region as far as they're concerned?
at the end, this region is absolutely strategic for LaLiga. That is the reason why the office in UAE was the first international office to be opened by LaLiga, apart from the one in Madrid. And at the end, it's not only about numbers, it's not only about social followers, it's not only about audience, but it's the way we have to get this brand awareness, this visibility. And this we get to have it through our not only partnerships with, for example, with a telecom provider in Iraq, for example, but also through our different marketing activations for a watch party for El Clásico or a contest in Morocco Mall with our fans. It's diverse what we do, and there are many KPIs that we have to report to Madrid, of course.
Maite, just thinking about the diverse regions and cultures and peoples that you have in your remit in the Middle East and North Africa, and remembering back to last year when you were with us in Abu Dhabi, I think you talked a little bit about Egypt, and you kind of pointed to Egypt as perhaps a surprising success story for LaLiga. Is there somewhere, a region, a country within your remit that you could point to this year as another surprising success story for you over the last year or so?
Well, of course, Egypt and also Morocco, Algeria, and pretty much North Africa are really important countries for us in terms of the following that we have, and not only in terms of audience, but also in terms of social media. Every day, every time that we have an activation in Egypt, it's a total success. Of course, there are many North African players playing in LaLiga, for example, in Sevilla or in Betis, and I think we have a special way of engaging with these North African countries because we have cultural similarities. We have the same way to understand and to live football, and I think that is the key to success in these countries. We feel really close to our fans in Egypt, in Morocco, again, not only in Egypt. But yes, of course, Egypt is a country in which we have already presence, and of course we are going to be keeping our presence there for sure.
And thinking ahead, Maite, to the sort of short, mid and long term, I suppose, thinking across the whole range of timescales, how much potential is still there to be unlocked for LaLiga in the MENA region, and how are you going to go about unlocking it?
I think definitely there's a lot of potential that we can unlock in the MENA region. I think that in the next 3 to 5 years, we could have at least, or we could aim to have at least one a stable project or one agreement with some institutions in at least all the countries of the MENA region. That's our aim. And in terms of unlocking this potential, again, it's about forming the right relations on the ground, as well as increasing the presence of our delegates there. So I think we already have the tools we need to succeed, for sure.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Maite. Hopefully you'll be able to join us again in the flesh in Abu Dhabi next year. Maite Ventura, Managing Director for MENA at LaLiga, and great to have LaLiga with us once again as partners at Leaders Week Direct.